Let's go, D.
Brissett to throw on first. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A big play there on the first play of the game. 43 yards. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He finds an opening past the 40, and he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Well, Philip Dorsett hauls it in. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Down. 180. Hey, watch the slant. Field flip.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Shotgun now for Carr. And able to find Dorsett. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Yeah, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown out on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
93. 26 ready. 26.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. The kick by Carlson is good. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run here with Mack. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Here's Marlon Mack. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This is Mack on the counter. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight.
Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped, and the Raiders pick it up, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
7:34.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Now Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A give, running right is Mack. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Vinatieri's kick is good. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. He really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. Dorsett by himself. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. That's an 83-yard kick return touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
I'm here all day.
On 1st down, Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready. 60 out low. 2. Watch the pass. Go. 52. Mike 52.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll run on first down. Richard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
26 Mike. Rip right. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Time to go night. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, Raider 2. Hey, exit. 26 Mike. So we got man. 26 Mike. 26.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Right now. 180. Ricky. 29.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
You got nothing. 26 Mike. 26.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Philip Dorsett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A first down throw for Brissett. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Let's go, let's go!
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack on 1st down, Brissett, he's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
At the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
I got.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Hey, Steve 6. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From the gun, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
That right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Justin Houston able to record his 5th sack of the season. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Counter play with Jacobs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the gun, Carr. Flushed out right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The throw complete here to Williams. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett, a good throw here, finding Pascal. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now this is Hilton on the receiving end, and he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. Vinatieri now for the point after. He's got it, and it's 24-17. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check it back. White.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
What now? 180? Mike, 58, right there. You ain't doing nothing today. 637. 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counter.
Touchdown, Indianapolis! Devin Funchess, 76 yards, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now on 2nd and 13, Carr, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Carr to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Bissett. Short little throw to Ebron. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Brissett. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
I'm coming.
Brissett. Ebron's got it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Back to throw. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On the draw, Richard. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Second and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. One final try now for Carr. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And it's 3rd down.
Down. 180. Let's go. 93.
First throw of overtime for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Carr now on first down. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
First down, Jacobs. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the 39, Carr. He'll swing this one out to Richard.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Carr. And able to find Dorsett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, good job defensively to recover. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2.
29. Hey, Charlie. 26 Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right now. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. I got you, son.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Raiders,
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills.